Hello everyone, my name is Cap, and welcome back to the channel, another 7 Days to Die video. This is Alpha 16.4 on the PC. Now, this is going to be a little bit different here, and hopefully you guys will stick around with me. I am over here in front of the Higashi Pharmaceutical tower. I've had quite a few people ask me over the time, it's like they'd love to see me try and get through this, because apparently it's chocked full of all kinds of baddies. So, I loaded up my inventory, I got, water, I'm wearing some decent armor, got a poncho to keep my, health down, I got some guns, I'm not using any kind of god mode, nothing, just I'm going to run in and see if I can do this, and hopefully we'll be right. I dropped a sleeping bag over here in case I need to die and spawn back in over here, but I'm using this video because I've had so many people hitting me up asking me two questions that I wanted to address in this video, and that's going to be discussing where is Alpha 17, and what is the information from TellTale regarding the closure and how's that going to affect consoles. Now, before we get into this, I want to say I do not work for the Fun Pimps. I don't work for TellTale. I don't work for Iron Galaxy. I'm not on the dev team. The developers don't talk to me any more than they do you guys. So the information, it's not like Joel contacts me on a daily basis and says like, oh, by the way, this is the newest information. Here's what's coming out in the update and blah, blah, blah. I don't get that kind of information. I've never even had Joel respond to me before. So, by the way, if I get a little scatterbrained when I'm trying to make it up here, because I've never been in this building before, so I'm going to try and make my way to the top of this thing and kill as many things as possible. I should probably do this a little bit quieter here. So we're going to get some frame drops for sure. Yeah, so much for sneaky. Okay, so I'm just definitely hunting. Oh, he didn't die. Businessman, go down. Okay. So I just wanted to get that out of the way that, I may get a little scatterbrained in my thoughts, but I'll try and stay coherent. Okay, we're going to cover the oh, good lord. Okay, we're going to have to just kind of book it a little bit. We're going to cover where is Alpha 17, because back in July, maybe June, I can't remember which one, you'll have to forgive me, I put out a video along with a lot of the other streamers who are part of the streamers group saying, hey, by the way, Alpha 17 is on its way, and at the time, the Fun Pimps had come out and said, we hope to have Alpha 17 done by the end of July, beginning of August. Now, that's something to keep in mind when they're actually mentioning things. They never promised, they never said, oh, by the way, it'll be out this day, guaranteed, we're putting our stamp on it. They said, we hope it'll be out this specific day. So, we, as part of the streaming team, shared that information with you guys, and unfortunately, it was incorrect. And here's why. In 2017 is when Alpha 16 came out, which is what we're playing right here. 2017 is when this came out. So in 2018, they had already been working on Alpha 17 for a good little while. I need to get a better melee weapon. And so what they had planned on doing was releasing Alpha 17, and it was going to have all these new things. Well, the game runs on the Unity engine. I don't know. Ow. No. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Switch your gun. Back up. The game runs on the Unity engine. Now, if you don't even have to know anything about coding or programming or anything like that to know that the engine is what makes the game run. It is what handles all the graphics. It's what handles the rendering, the physics, the visuals, how the world develops, how the gameplay. Everything that the game does is run by the engine, just like you think it would. You got a car. The engine controls everything that's there. Without the engine, nothing in the car works. So, Alpha 17 was being updated to the Unity 2018 engine. Well, they started doing this in 2018 engine, so they had to push back how far, and when the update was going to come out. So if you recall, if you watch Joel's channel, Mad Mole, and you follow him along at all, then you know that, he did a video not that long ago of him playing. It's like day one in Alpha 17, just checking it out. Yeah, and as he was playing it, he kept running into all these different bugs. There's some graphical bugs, there's some texture bugs, there were just some things not working like it was supposed to. And as he was going along, he was like, okay, that's not supposed to do that, or this isn't supposed to do this, or something's not working right, or whatever. And so he, as you notice, he hasn't put out a second video about it because they found all these bugs that they were going to have to try and fix. And so that's what they started doing. Well, when they found all these bugs in the new version of the engine, they had to keep pushing back the release date of it because it was just causing more and more problems. They didn't want to push out an update for a major update like 17, knowing the kind of hype it had around there with so many problems. Well, when you update an engine, it's not just copy and paste the code. Wait for the frames here to catch back up here. It's not just like okay, we'll replace the Unity 2017 folder with 2018 and call it good. It unfortunately doesn't work that way. There's a lot of businessmen in this place here. And so what they did was 2018 of the Unity engine allows you to do all kinds of new different visuals with it. New graphics, higher quality graphics, new materials, all that sort of stuff. And so it allowed them a larger scope of the things that they could do to be able to add to the game, the visuals. Well, what they ran into was a whole bunch of bugs, and you end up having to reprogram huge chunks of the game to get it to work properly. And so that's what they've been working on. Now, again, this is just information that I've gathered. I don't work for the company. I can't say, oh, this is what they're working on. But upgrading a new engine takes a lot of time. It's going to give them so much more leeway and freedom when it comes to what the final product will be when they get done with it. But for the meantime, it's taken them a lot longer to get it to a stable version than they originally predicted. And so, unfortunately, we're having to just wait. Now, I'm just as anxious for Alpha 17 to get here as you guys are. Trust me, as a content creator, I am very much looking forward to everything it comes out with. And look at all these mines over here. I'm looking forward to it because I want to see it just as much as you guys do. But I understand, as a coder, what it's going to take to get that out. And it's just taking a lot more time. Hey, Sylvia. Whoopsie, I missed. The skater punk. Oh, you were playing coy over here. You knew somebody was hiding behind me. There's Roger. Okay, gotta pause for a minute. We're getting some definitely low frame drops. I'm sure you'll see some sketching here. Oh, there's a big dude over there. Sup, man? Need you to go ahead and move. I'm gonna go ahead and run past you a little bit, get a little bit hairy here. And the same thing happened with the consoles. For anybody who's playing on the consoles, you know that it's been a little bit feature lacking. You're behind the PC version. It's been that way since the game came out because the console version is handled by Iron Galaxy, an entirely different company, and their job is to port it to the consoles. So that's what you guys actually get there. That one's unlocked. Can't go that way. Is this one unlocked? It is, but that one's blocked too. All right, where do I go from here? All right, need to evaluate the situation real quick while I'm trying to get in here. But anyway, once the Fun Pimps decided to upgrade the Unity engine for the PC version, Iron Galaxy decided to do the same thing for the consoles so that you guys could actually get a lot of the new stuff that they have there too. By upgrading the engine, they're going to be able to allow a lot more stability, a lot more features, and get you guys closer to having the same sort of stuff as the PC, or as close as possible. I guess I need to go this way. Let's see what's through this wall here. And so that's one of the reasons why the delay happened with the console update as well, is because they were trying to get the newest version of the Unity engine, which I think at least for them was the 2017 engine. I don't know 100% certain. I think it was the 2017 engine. And that'll allow the console version to get a lot more of the stuff that the PC has already had. But again, it takes a long time. You can't just copy and paste over the code and say, haha, we got the new engine, all is good, all is well. Hey, Sylvia, I don't know what you're doing, but sit down. And so anyway, it's taking them a long time to get all of it done. And so that is the reason for the big delay with Alpha 17. And I promise as soon as I have any information, I will share it with you guys. I currently don't have any more information than you do. More landmines over here. See, that door is unlocked. Oh, I'll go in here and see what's around there. Ooh, another display case. Okay. So that's why Alpha 17 keeps getting delayed, is because they are trying so hard to get out all these new features and all these new textures and all this new stuff that the game can have, but they're having to recode a lot of what was already being done, what was already finished, because it's different in the 2018 Unity engine. I'm not 100% certain I need to go in there, so I'm going to check around real quick to make sure before I jump down. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to go this... Oh, hey, dude. You need to just back up. Okay, you're dead. Let's check in here. Okay, now that brings me to the TellTale information. If you didn't see, TellTale Games earlier this last week put out a notice that they're closing down. They had to release all of their developers, all but about 25 that were kept on staff to try and finish up their obligations for the Walking Dead game. I don't play that, but I've seen it. It's a pretty cool game. TellTale Games was the actual developer of that, and they've developed some other games as well. But when it comes to the console version of 7 Days to Die, as I said, the developer is Iron Galaxy versus TellTale Games is just the publisher. Now, in game development, the publisher, what their job is and what their responsibility is they handle the financing for the development. And they also handle the marketing and pushing it out and getting certifications for the consoles, because when you put out an update on a console, you have to submit it to Microsoft or Sony. They have to give you the approval for it, and that's basically what they have to go through. And so the publisher is the one that handles all that. Well, with TellTale Games shutting down, that means that there's currently not a developer, or there's not a publisher for 7 Days to Die on consoles. That doesn't mean that the development team has changed or gone away. Iron Galaxy is the official developer that's creating the port for 7 Days to Die on consoles. And so that's not actually going to change at all. The Iron Galaxy is still working on it. Now, they came out and said anything that said that they don't know. They haven't released a lot of information here, but the Fun Pimps came out and said that they are going to continue to support as many platforms as humanly possible. Now, what this means is the Fun Pimps themselves could try and handle the publishing, since they have the funding from all the people that have the game on PC, those of us who bought the game back in Kickstarter, things like that. So that could be an option they have there. Again, this is all my own speculation, but I'm making this video because I want to let as many people know as possible that they never said they're going to stop development. Immediately when the news broke, there was a whole lot of videos being made and articles being posted and shared or whatever of people saying, oh, the console version is dead, and they're not going to release any more updates. TellTale closed their doors, and that's all that we have to wrote. And that's not true at all. I'm hoping that we get some more information. I've been waiting to try and do this video because I do not like doing reaction videos to news that we don't have all the information with. I hate those kinds of videos because it's like, oh no, the sky is falling. I'm like, hold on, we don't have all the information yet. How do you know what's going on? And so, I've tried to wait to get as much information as we possibly can. Uh-oh, I got a big dude over there. So far, all they've said is that they're going to continue to try and support the version of the consoles. They're still going to try and get Iron Galaxy to finish it up there. So they'll have to try and find a new publisher. And of course, they're not going to make any kind of announcements on what they're doing until they have a publisher lined up. That's just how it works out. So they're not going to give us any official news on that one just yet. But for everybody, it's like, oh no, TellTale Games closed down. That's it. That's the end of the road for console version of 7 Days to Die. I don't believe so. Again, I'm not a developer for the company, so I don't have any sort of inside information here. But as far as I'm concerned, the console version is still being worked on. Okay, we got a torch over there, so maybe Skeeter knows what's up. That ain't Skeeter, that's Roger. Skeeter was Doug's friend. Okay, let's go up here. I think... yeah, this is not right. Well, hold on. We got some stairs over here. So we're just trying to make our way through this building now. But, yeah, so for anybody who's playing the game on console, don't give up hope just yet. I'm hoping they come out with an official statement here pretty soon saying, hey, by the way, here's the official update and what's going to happen, and, give us some sort of dates. But, of course, you never want to make an official announcement until you have everything absolutely locked down, because then people try and hold you to it. And when people hold you to stuff that you can't absolutely promise, then people get pissed off, which is why they never came out and said, oh, by the way, this is the exact date that this update is going to come out. They've said, we're going to try and get it here if we can. If not, we're sorry. We're going to push it back as far as we can. But that's the story as of now. And I feel like I'm going in a circle. Okay, so there was the torch that way. So I feel like maybe I'm going the right way. How high am I? I'll be a good little ways up here. Maybe I'm getting close to the end here. I don't know. But let's see. It's 119 degrees. All right, my poncho's keeping me nice and cool here. Okay, so okay, torch down there. We're just still trying to make our way to the top here. I hear there's a bunch of whites and stuff in here too, so I'm hoping I don't run into them anytime soon. Oh, things have been going bad. So yeah. I know that there's been a lot of people who've done videos, and people have sent me links to these other videos saying, oh, by the way, so-and-so said that because of this, that means this isn't happening anymore, and, that's not entirely the case, or at least as far as we know, that's not the case. Now, I'll go ahead and say this again here. It's like, I'm not a developer, so if in a week's time, 7 Days to Die, the official Twitter comes out and says, by the way, here's the news on here, we have to suspend updates on there for whatever reason, then know that I apologize. I'm going off information that I've got up to the point of this video, and it may change down the road. But as of right now, they never said that they were going to stop doing production on 7 Days to Die for consoles. So for everybody out there, don't worry yet. Don't worry until you have something to worry about. As far as we know, everything's still going forward as was planned. And as far as when Alpha 17 gets here, right now they keep saying it's probably not going to be the first weekend in October, probably not going to be the second weekend in October, but I'm hoping maybe by the end of October. A Halloween release would be just about appropriate at this point, so we're really hoping for that. Like I said, the content creators like myself and the other streamers or whatever, we're all just as anxious for the update as you guys are. So I promise as soon as we have some information on that, we will have. Oh no, we gotta. Oh no, we got some ferals. Oh god, oh no, oh god, back up. You back up too. Oh no, oh lord, we made it so far up there. Oh. Okay, well, there we go. That's about the end of that video. I was going to see how far I could make it. I'd like to think I made it near the top, but I didn't exactly count the floors before I went up there. So, since I died, let's go ahead and spawn on my bed. We're over here on the porch, and when I was over here earlier, I had a chicken with me. I don't know where he ran off to, but my loyal chicken has vanished. So that's the information I have. I know it's not conclusive. There's no, hey, by the way, I left here feeling far more insightful, but I've had so many people asking me what is an information, what's my thoughts on it, that I wanted to put this video out to let you guys know where I stand as far as the information that's been given. Like I said before, as soon as I have any kind of information about when it's coming out, the future of the console version, I will happily share that with you, but I want to make sure I get all the information right before I just make a video saying, ta-da, here's all the news and it being incorrect. So I have to feel like we were pretty close to the top. I'm like, maybe right around up there, but anyway, we're going to wrap this video up here because it's been running for a long time and I got all the information out I wanted to show you guys, and I got my butt wrecked. So in the meantime, thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos on the channel. Truly appreciate all of it. You guys are awesome. If you did enjoy the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you smash that little bell icon, you'll get notified when a new video goes live, just in case YouTube's being stupid and doesn't want to publish it to the sub feed properly, which is not atypical. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.